Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday, and thank you everyone for joining in so early in that live chat room. I saw the early birds. There was about 30 to 35 of you about 32 minutes ago, because I said it was 28 minutes past. 32 minutes until the start of the live stream, and here we are. So let's have a look into the live chat room, get you guys up on screen, see who's in the house tonight. And we have Garden Insight and Lauren and Beth and Teresa and Jennifer and Deborah, Beverly, Cats and Hats and Melissa in there, Neil, and it goes through to Constantia and Laurie and everybody else. Thank you for joining me tonight. It goes through a little bit too quickly, but tonight we're going to be talking about, obviously, the copyright strike. I'll be informing you guys about what's happened, because I've spoken to Martin since the first email that we exchanged, and also that live stream that I did on Saturday, and then the video on Sunday where I asked all of you guys to send a message over, and it definitely worked. So it's something that was probably a bit extreme, but I think, yeah, the problem was that because I was just checking my emails all the time and I wasn't getting a reply, I was just getting a little bit more apprehensive as time went on. So it was great that you guys did send over some messages, and thank you so much for doing that. And thank you for deleting the messages as well and then sending nice messages over, because that's something that Martin did refer to in his latest message. And this is Martin from Studio Hamburg, by the way. But what I'll do is I'll read out the email, the latest email that he sent yesterday, was it? Or it might have been earlier today. But I'll read that out so you guys can hear what Martin has said from Studio Hamburg. But we're going to be doing things as we normally do on these live streams. We've already seen who's in the live chat room tonight, and thank you everyone over on Patreon for requesting Paris Nord to open up the live stream with. And we do currently have the vote going on between Sweet Emotion and also Hero, and this is something that Orlando has been really shouting for, picketing for, whatever you want to call it. And unfortunately, it looks like Sweet Emotion has 72% of the vote at the moment. So maybe one week we'll just have to listen to Hero in order for Orlando to get his wish. But it's been a couple of streams now that it has been up there for voting. So we will see what happens. At the moment, Sweet Emotion is at 72% of the vote. But you can click on that to have your say, to see which song you want to hear a little bit later on for the cover video for tonight on the live streams. So let me get the names of my patrons up on screen, because they make this all possible, and their names go across the bottom of the screen throughout every live stream that I do. So a massive hello and thank you to you guys at the bottom of the screen. You know who you are. And also we've had some more patrons that have joined up recently. So thank you everyone for joining me over there at patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. And I do have a link that I'll put up on screen in case you want to get involved yourselves. That's where I keep everybody up to date with everything on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of the copyright strike stuff I was doing posts on there, just keeping everybody informed. But the big news is, well, for the channel, the big news is that we've just passed 185,000 subscribers. So thank you everyone for hitting the subscribe button and the like button and the notification bell and all of that cool stuff. Is something that I have been meaning to mention, but obviously other things have been a little bit more important recently over the last few days on the channel and trying to get things organized. So that is an amazing number to have hit, and thank you everyone for subscribing. And in terms of the copyright strike, I did a video on Monday, which was just last night. They tend to blend into one whole long day. It's just like Groundhog Day, just one day after the next day after the next day. So I lose track of where I am. But it was last night, and that's why it was a little bit different, because Monday I don't usually do a video, but I uploaded a video as soon as I had read the email that came through from Martin, and that was the second to last email. We'll get through the most recent stuff a little bit later on, but I uploaded a video yesterday, and that was just to let you guys know that we were in the process of getting that copyright strike removed from the channel, and it is now removed. So we can all relax, and I can relax and breathe a little bit more easily. So my channel is back to exactly what it was before the strike happened. So it means that if there were to be any future strikes, I still have 3 strikes on my account. Everything has been undone. And the other thing that's great about it is that Martin has said, if I want to feature any Beat Club videos or Music Laden videos in the future, any Studio Hamburg videos, then just let him know. And also, he said that if the videos, if one of them that I do upload does accidentally get blocked, or if there's accidentally another strike, it's something that's automated by YouTube, apparently. Martin's let me know. So he said if that does happen, I've now got Martin's personal email, and I can just send him an email to let him know that a video has been blocked, or I've got a copyright strike for a particular video that is part of either that Beat Club, Music Laden, or just a Studio Hamburg production, and then he'll get it removed straight away. So that is just amazing in itself, to now have a personal contact at Studio Hamburg for the future. And also the fact that Martin's obviously looked at the channel and he's seen the content, and he's accepted that, yeah, it is educational and there's nothing malicious about this YouTube channel trying to use footage for anything other than analysis and to teach, and for hopefully people to learn a little bit about the musicians that they love, the bands they love, but also from a teaching perspective with people that are playing the guitar, people who are wanting to know a little bit more about playing live and what great bands do live in order to set themselves apart as being great to just good bands. And this is very much my focus on the channel, is teaching. So it's great that it is actually quite a big company, because Studio Hamburg is just one of the studios within a larger company, and they do own a hell of a lot. And there is a Studio Hamburg UK as well, so they do have a UK branch. So it is a huge company. So to have them pretty much with the channel and on side is fantastic news. And it's just down to you guys messaging and really sticking up for me and the channel, so I really do appreciate that a lot. Thank you guys so much for doing that, and also thank you for writing those thank you messages and taking your comments down from the Facebook page. And I know that Martin let me know that there were a few messages that maybe weren't as civil as I'd asked for, and those might have just been emails. I know a lot of people have said, oh, I can't see any of those on Facebook, but I think a lot of people emailed through their website and obviously the Facebook page, but also I know that some people did it on Instagram, which is something that I didn't even mention in my video, Twitter as well. So there were lots of messages going off, and I'm sure that their inbox was a little bit over. It would have been just pages and pages and pages of Wings of Pegasus. Wings of Pegasus. What was I must have been about to say a word that had an I in it later on. But yeah, Wings of Pegasus Wingers is what I was going to say. So it's the I from Wingers that made its way into Pegasus. So anyway, the Wingers, you guys, thank you so much for doing those emails. And now that would actually be Wings of Pegasus Wingers. I'm now trying to put an E, so it'll be Wengers. If I now move the E into the I and move the I into the Pegasus for Pegasus. But anyway, this is, as you guys know, watching live streams with me, my mind just jumbles up letters sometimes, and we get some very funny words coming out. And don't panic, I'm not going to be changing to Pegasus and not changing the logo to a pig. It's going to stay as a Pegasus. But anyway, moving on, with this live stream, we're going to be doing everything as we normally do. We're going to be having a pick roulette later on because we hit the likes target for last week, which means that we have that. And let me just get that up on screen as to what we are aiming for tonight. Our likes goal is 280, and it looks like we are at, I don't know, 227. Let me get this up on screen so we can confirm. 228 is the amount of likes we've got so far. So that means we are looking for 52 Is that good maths or not? I do not know, but that is what I'm going to say, that we're looking for 52 more people to hit that thumbs up. So if you could do that, it would be much appreciated. I think we are well ahead of schedule on the normal Tuesday night, and I can just see Doug going through saying pig roulette. So everything is changing on these live streams. We're now going to be having a pick roulette, maybe a t-shirt roulette, and then as a bonus, a pig roulette where you could win a pig. And that's definitely not going to be happening. I don't know how much it costs to send a pig somewhere. But anyway, thank you for that, Doug, in that live chat room. And all of you guys, and I know that there have been a couple of donations that have come in as well, so thank you guys for these. Let me just jump into those in the super chat window, because Orlando donated $2 saying spike the likes with lots of thumbs up. That's before we started the live stream, so thank you for that, Orlando. And let's have a plug of the mug while we read out Orlando's donation, because that's what we always do right at the beginning of the live streams. And spike the likes, great idea on the mug. If you want to get your hands on any of the merchandise, the mugs, the hoodie, the t-shirts, and lots of other stuff, then click on the tray underneath this video, or click on the link in the description below, because that will take you through to the store, and then you can get your hands on whatever you want. Even the posters, which are newly added to the store, so check those out if you do get a chance. Let me get the donations thing up on screen so that you guys have a lay of the land with the percentages with super chat donations, which are 35 to 45% of that goes to YouTube, and with PayPal 3 to 5% goes to PayPal. So anyway, thank you. I can see that Ginny actually has donated $7 as well, and that came in again before the live stream. So thank you for that, Ginny. And the message is, was so sorry to hear about one of my fave drummers, Charlie Watts. Phil, take care, we value you. So thank you for that, Ginny. And yes, I heard the news about an hour ago and saw that on the news here in the UK that sadly, Charlie has passed away. And I think he was about 80, and I haven't checked that, but yeah, I think he was around about 80 years of age. But yeah, really the beating heart of the Rolling Stones, and having that loss, and I'm not sure what will happen with the Rolling Stones moving forward. Obviously, this is going to be a time where they might need to take a little bit of time off, and I mean, such a huge part of the Rolling Stones, and such a nice guy as well, and a reserved guy. I mean, I saw some interviews with him, and totally unassuming, and he just said that pretty much he wasn't allowed to play the drums at home, so in order to play the drums, he had to go out on the road, and then as soon as he stopped playing on the road, he had to go back and couldn't play drums anymore. So it was pretty much that cycle that if he wanted to get out there and play the drums, then he'd have to get out on the road and play with this little blues band that they set up called the Rolling Stones. But yeah, things certainly took off for those guys. But yeah, very sad news today that Charlie Watts has passed away. But thank you so much for those donations that came in before from Orlando and Ginny. And Orlando donated again $2. Thank you for that. The message is, rest in peace Don, Everly and Charlie Watts, with a heart. So that is another thing that I haven't mentioned yet on the channel about Don. And I was thinking of maybe doing a video on Don and maybe looking at the Everly brothers again. I know that I have done a video on them on the channel here, and that was probably a little bit of time ago, but it might be good just to get them back up on screen as well for another analysis video. I might do that tomorrow night, because Wednesday night is normally an analysis video evening, so we might have a little look at Don tomorrow night, and yeah, I think it'll be good to do a video, and certainly there have been requests from you guys to do that, so thank you for all of those. But thank you, Orlando, for that donation. And Johnny has donated $20 as well. Thank you for that, Johnny. And the message is, you are amazing, with the guy doing a dance and taking his hat off. So thank you for that, Johnny. And Desi has donated $5. Thank you for that, Desi. And the message is, congrats on the strike removed. You keep real rock going. Sad about Charlie, with some rock horns and a heart. So thank you for that, Desi. And it looks like we've already hit the likes goal on tonight's live stream. That has got to be a record, 19 minutes past midnight. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. Of course, you can continue to do that. It really does help this live stream to get out there, but also for the channel to grow as a whole, as it seems to be doing at the moment, which is great. So thank you for that. And I'm just going to mention about the PayPal donations because I get those up on screen. There was one that came in actually about a day ago, which was from Kimball, so thank you for that. Just letting you know that I did receive that donation, and the message was I placed a comment on the facebook.com/Studio Hamburg group page asking them to reconsider their copyright strike rock. So thank you for that, Kimball. And yeah, that was, I think, yesterday night that one came in, but thank you for that. And I know that there have been other PayPal donations that have come in before we've gone live, so just let Lynn know as well that I did get your donation earlier, so thank you a lot for that. And I'm just going to, I want to make sure that I don't miss any out, and that Kimball's was the last one, and I think it was. So we'll get now into the live stream donations. So these actually still came in before. This was this evening. Lisa, who donated £5. Thank you for that, Lisa. And the message was, rest in peace, legendary Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts, 1941 to 2021. You are forever in our hearts. Your mate Brian Jones is waiting for you on the other side. So thank you for that, Lisa. And I'm sure this is something that's echoed in the live chat room, with the feelings just, echoed out for Charlie Watts, who sadly passed away. But thank you for that, Lisa, for that donation. And Steve has donated £5 as well. Thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, morning, Charlie. How does the skill of the drummer affect the way you can and will play your role on stage? So thank you for that, Steve. And it's something that I think maybe non-musicians totally underestimate or don't appreciate, that everything starts with the drummer and then the bassist, and the bassist follows pretty close after the drummer because they are the rhythm section. So having that rhythm section super tight and laying your foundation, especially for live. I know that nowadays in a studio you can get away without being as tight, because you can quantize drums and you can even quantize bass nowadays. You can turn audio into MIDI. That's something that you can convert, which isn't something that I do, but I'm sure that other producers do. And having that solid foundation, obviously live is now all about your ability to play the instruments, and that is certainly something that if you're drummer and your bassist aren't tight and they aren't solid, then the whole performance falls apart. And something about just playing the drums, when you're listening to a song that you know really well, and with the Rolling Stones, a lot of their songs are known very well. If the drummer can't get the tempo right, then it's just not going to sound good. It's going to sound rushed. As soon as you start pushing the tempo on anything, you start to get a different feel to the whole song. So it means that pushing the tempo is going to make it sound more agitated. It's going to, especially if you're expecting it to be slower, it's going to make it a little bit just more offensive because you're not used to the speed. It's going to be too excitable for the song that you know, and the tempo that subconsciously your brain knows how fast that song should be. So this is why when it's not at the right tempo, if it's pushed, then your body will have an emotional reaction to it because it's not expecting it. In exactly the same way for when you hear a song that's too slow. Imagine hearing an up-tempo song that is just being held back too much. You're always wanting it to move forward because, again, your brain subconsciously knows how the song should feel. And that is all about, just first and foremost, the tempo is going to set the feel, because all of the fills, all of that groove that the drummer's putting in there has to sit within the tempo that the original song was played at. And if he's trying to fit in fills and a groove in a tempo that's too fast or too slow, they just won't sit in there properly. So it's huge having a drummer who is solid, and especially when you're talking about bands who are very well known and people know their songs inside out, then playing live, it is so important for the drummer to absolutely nail it live, and a guy like Charlie was one of those drummers that would nail it live as well. So thank you, Steve, for that. So the answer to that is, it is really important, and I think it is just constantly underestimated how important it is. That I know that a lot of people with the Rolling Stones will be watching Mick at the front of the stage, and because he's so engaging, the way that he moves, the show that he puts on, and everyone, the show that they put on at the front, up at the front of the stage, and getting along the walkway, getting into the crowd, guitar solos, a lot of the guitar work, the vocals, the show is at the front of that stage, but then just Charlie really is holding it all together at the back of the stage. But thank you so much for that, Steve, and he was just such a fantastic drummer from that solidity point of view as well, just keeping every song exactly where it needed to be. But thank you for that, Steve. And Beth has donated £17.46. Thank you for that, Beth. And the message is, congratulations on 185,000 subs and the removed strike. Thank you for doing Paris Nord. Phil Hart, still my favourite. Welcome all new wingers and old wingers. Loving my guitar lessons. Spike the like with a smiley face and some rock horns. So thank you for that, Beth. And I did mention about the guitar lessons over on patreon.com, just a little course that I'd put together over there to help people to learn to play the guitar when they're just starting out. But thank you for that message, Beth, and the donation. And Sue has donated £20 as well. Thank you, Sue, for that. And the message is, so happy to hear that the strike is lifted. Congrats. And let me just make sure that you guys can see that on screen as well, because I wasn't showing that. Let me just go down so you can see Beth's message as well. So there is Beth's one. I just like to show these up on screen. And I can't remember which this was Steve's one. So that was the message about Charlie and the importance of having a solid drummer. So thank you for that, Steve. And Linda has donated £24.44. Thank you for that, Linda. And the message is, congrats on everything good happening. So again, I don't think it was something that was really good last week, but fortunately, thanks to you guys and Martin over at Studio Hamburg, we managed to sort things out a little bit, get it organized, and yeah, it's in a lot better place now. The channel's back to where it was when I first started, which is great. And we will see what happens. Actually, what I might do, I know that there have been some donations in that super chat window as well, so thank you guys for that. And I'm just going to scroll up because Orlando has donated $2 again. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, Charlie's first drum was a banjo he tore apart. So thank you for that. And Charles has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, love you, bro, from Indiana. So thank you for that, Charles. And yes, one of my favourite movie franchises, Indiana Jones. I'm a big fan of those from the 80s. I guess that was, the first one was probably very early 80s. But thank you for that. Over in Indiana, never been there. But it sounds like a cool place. It sounds quite hot as well. I don't know why. I imagine it to be hot. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But that's just how I see it in my head. Thank you, Maria, as well, who has donated $2. And the message is, rest in peace, Charlie. So thank you for that. And Orlando has donated $2 again. Thank you for that. And the message is, Aerosmith beats Chad Kroger again. Laugh out loud with a laughing face. And Sweet Emotion at the moment is at 71% of the vote. So it might well be the fact that we're jumping into that very soon. But thank you, Carl, as well, who has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, still hoping for a Cross the Pond Phil Fest beach concert here when the pandemic allows. So thank you for that, Carl. And I think there's always going to be the potential for a cross the pond event of some, I don't know what it'll be like, but of some description. We can have something set up, because I mean, I know other creators from the USA. I don't know exactly where they're based, but I think that at least Daniel Donato and Michael Palmazzano, I know that they are relatively close to each other, maybe over in the USA. I don't know exactly where, so it might be the case that if I do get over to the USA, that I hook up with at least one of those at some point. And yeah, we can maybe organize an event of some sort over in the USA. That would be amazing to do in the future. Obviously with COVID and everything, we have to wait a little while, but yeah, I mean, it would be great. We'll see what happens. I mean, with the channel as well, as we grow and see more subscribers, we'll just have a look to see where we all are at. Maybe we can have some kind of event that's like live music, but maybe a live analysis type thing with a guest or guests to come and sit with me and go through. So I mean, this is something that I would love to do in the future. Would almost be like a live event that is an analysis, so that I might have my guitar out and the featured guitarist will have their guitar out, and we go through one of their performances and they demonstrate things for us live, and people will be there like in a crowd. So it'll be like a gig, but we've got a screen and we're looking at stuff and explaining techniques. And I think that'd be really cool to do a live version of what I do on the channel here, but in a venue, so that you guys can come along and we can all even throw it out to people wanting to ask questions, which is something that isn't possible over the internet. They just have to be put in the comment section because the videos are just uploaded, not in a live setting. So that would be great to do at some point. Again, just throwing ideas out there for the future. But anyway, thank you for that, Carl. And Robin has donated $5 as well. So thank you for that, Robin. The message is, so glad I had the opportunity to see Charlie Watts in person at Philadelphia 1981 opening day, and congrats to you regarding the strike removal. So thank you for that, Robin, and for that message as well. So what I might do is, I do have the email from Martin from Studio Hamburg that he sent through earlier. So what I'm going to do is read out the email to you guys, because it does concern you, because he actually does reference you guys directly. So I'm going to just read this out, and just to clarify that everything has been lifted on the channel now, copyright strike wise. So we are back to full operating capacity, which is great. But this is the message from Martin. He says, "Hi Phil, thanks a lot for posting the video and clearing the situation. We've also received many emails from your followers thanking us for clarifying the situation. You really have a very loyal fan base. Congratulations on that." Amen to that. As I say on this channel all the time, you guys in that live chat room are probably the #1 community that I have seen in the whole of YouTube, because when I watch other people's live streams, I don't see really a community. It's more like just people commenting just as single people, not asking each other how they're doing, or how did this go, how did that go, or what they're eating. I mean, food does come up quite a lot during the live streams, but all the interaction that we have in the live chat room, and also the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, you guys can join in with that if you're not part of that Facebook group and you do use Facebook. That's where a lot of the live chat room hang out between the live streams, so you can do that if you want to. But all of the interactions in the live chat room, and the fact that we know each other, I think it's a great community that we have during these live streams. And when I'm just mentioning about the community, big shout out to the moderators who do such a fantastic job in that live chat room and keeping it such a great place to be as well. So thank you for that. We have Laurie in there, and Carla and Neil. Their names are in blue and they have a wrench next to their name, so they are the moderators. So thank you everyone for just joining me on these live streams as well. But back into the email, the message is, or continues, I have now withdrawn the strike and also unlocked 2 other videos that were blocked by us. So again, a huge thank you to Martin for going through my channel and checking for any Studio Hamburg footage or Beat Club footage, or Music Laden is the other one, and unblocking them so that people can now watch them again. So that's amazing. And then the message continues, if we accidentally block or even strike a video of yours again in the future, please just write me an email directly. A lot is done on YouTube via automated policies, and if we change such a policy once, it can also sometimes come to problems or unintended blocking. And if you would like to use videos from our channels in the future, just ask. In fact, the Fanny video in front of the blue screen is also from us. You can also find some more videos from the ladies in our Beat Club channel. All the best and greetings from Hamburg, Martin. So that is the message, and a very nice message. Also referring to the fact that Fanny, which was a band that I covered quite a while ago, but that video then got blocked and I had to re-upload it without the footage. And then June, who is actually in the band, got in touch and commented on it, but unfortunately the first video that she commented on then got removed, and that's June Millington, by the way, who is part of Fanny, who was in that particular video that got blocked and then commented. So I have emailed Martin back, but because I do that in kind of the late afternoon, I think the time zones are slightly different. They might be an hour ahead of me, so their day has already finished by the time I reply. But I have just asked if I can maybe re-upload that video with a different intro, obviously just referencing the fact that it is from Studio Hamburg, and the fact that we've now, as a channel, got exclusive access to their vaults, effectively, which is just amazing to have that ability. So again, a massive thank you to Studio Hamburg for the understanding, and for you guys for helping me out so much with it. Also, just a huge thank you to Michael Palmazzano, because he had a copyright strike and I emailed him just to pick his brains about next steps, what I should do. And also he mentioned about Rick Beato, who's got, or Beato, trying to do it in an American accent, but he's got a channel here on YouTube as well, and he's uploaded a live stream video where he explains what he did. So I watched that video and it really did help me out in terms of just getting a direction in order, just getting a way to resolve that copyright strike, because like I've mentioned, it was a bit of a shock and it's never happened before. But it's great that Studio Hamburg and Martin have been so understanding and have now really cleared the channel for any future use of any other videos that they may have in their vaults. So that is amazing as well. So thank you for all of your support over the last roughly week. It's kind of 5 to 6 days. It is massively appreciated. So I know that there have been a few more donations that have come in as well, so thank you guys for those. And Cats in Hats has donated €4.99. I'm not sure what I think it was, maybe cents. That was something that I didn't know, whether euros had cents or not, but I think it's €4.99. So thank you for that. And the message is, Phil, I'm sorry my Patreon is broken or it's blocked. Are you getting my messages? Congrats on the unblock. So thank you for that. I will check Patreon. If you try and send me a message on Patreon in the direct message, then I'll be able to tell you straight away whether that gets through or not. And it shouldn't be broken, it should be fine. So I'll check that afterwards, but the best thing to do is send me a direct message on Patreon, and if it gets through, then yeah, then it's all okay. It might just be the fact that a page didn't load, but we can sort that out after the live stream. But thank you for that donation. And just scrolling up in the PayPal donations window as well, Laura has donated £6.98. Thank you for that. And the message is, Phil, I think this YouTube strike will work out to be a positive for you. Sometimes good things come as a surprise. So thank you for that, Laura. And yes, maybe so. It could be something that certainly for the future now, I know that I'm at least aware of Studio Hamburg and all of their videos, and also the videos that they own, because I think beforehand I wouldn't have known that Beat Club was owned by Studio Hamburg, and also Music Laden was owned as well. So yeah, it just clears that up for me. So thank you, Laura, for that. And Tortora Borco has donated £2 as well. Thank you for that, Richard. The message is, thanks to your analysis videos, people in the future will discover the magic of great musicians who have passed away. You are helping to preserve the music for future generations. So thank you for the kind words there, Richard. And I hope that, yeah, I can just do anything to help get some music, great music and great artists and bands out there a little bit more. If just even if one person watches a band or an artist that they haven't seen before and then get inspired by them, then it's worth it, because that's certainly the only thing that happened to me when I heard Jimi Hendrix when I was 11 or 12 years of old or years of age. Means the same thing, but yeah, when I was that age, I heard Jimi Hendrix, and that started the process for me to pretty much end up where I am now. So without that little bit of exposure, then yeah, things might have gone in a totally different direction for me, but certainly a direction that wouldn't have made me as fulfilled or as happy as the direction that I then went in. So thank you for that, Richard. And Paul has donated £5 as well. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is, Charlie Watts certainly nailed it, but I like the way he always looked around casually, like his mind was on something else. So thank you for that, Paul. And this was the thing, that he was one of those drummers that was into jazz. He was a great jazz drummer. So I'm sure that he just had so much technique that obviously just playing a straight 4/4, a 4/4 beat with Rolling Stones is something that he could do in his sleep. So having that ability to just have it all subconscious and yeah, just top level ability, which pretty much is always the case with mainstream bands who might just play straight ahead rock and roll with a 4/4 time signature. They generally just are top musicians in their own right, and they have fantastic technical ability, but they can put on the show at the same time. And a lot of the technical ability that they have doesn't come to the fore because of the showmanship side of it. And maybe sometimes they don't get the recognition they deserve for being just fantastic individual musicians in their own right. But yeah, Charlie certainly was one of those. Thank you for that, Paul. And Patricia has donated £2 as well. Thank you for that. And the message is, hello, Phil, from sunny, steamy Florida. Or I should say, Florida, since we're a COVID hotspot due to lots of silly people. Does the UK have a big problem with people refusing to vaccinate or wear masks like we do here? Really hoping to get back to live music. So thank you for that, Patricia. And quick update here for the USA, or quick update here for the UK when compared with the USA. I'm not sure how things are over there. Patricia obviously saying that things are bad in Florida, but here, pretty much with the vaccinations, I think it was something like 88% of the UK have had the first dose, the first jab or vaccine, and something like 77% have had the double jab, so the double vaccine. So we are really pushing forward with it here. It still, unfortunately, is something that's prevalent in hospitals. I know there's about 30,000 cases. I'm not sure whether that is a day. It might actually be a day across the whole of the UK. In terms of the deaths, I think there were about 130 deaths today, but those include the weekend figures, and that's what always happens, I think, on a Saturday, a Sunday, and a Monday. They all get rolled into one, and then on Tuesday, it's a really big number. So, yeah, I think generally it was maybe about 30 or 40 deaths a day, but, I mean, it's still here. It's still going around. COVID is still killing people, and people are still being hospitalized by it. So this is why everyone's rushing to get out to try and get vaccinated. And I don't think we've got as much problem here in the UK. We've had a couple of stories that have hit the news where a mother recently in the news today, she gave birth to her child and she had COVID. And this is another thing that for some reason, I don't know why, but pregnant women have been avoiding the COVID vaccine, thinking that it will affect their children. There's no proof of that. And sadly, this lady who gave birth to her child who had COVID died. She never saw her child because she died from COVID relatively soon after giving birth. And she hadn't had the vaccine. And another mother gave birth and just survived. She was in intensive care, and I think she was touch and go in terms of dying after giving birth, but she managed to survive. And she actually went on the news saying to pregnant women to get your vaccine, because she was of the opinion, I'm not going to have it because it's going to affect my child. But it is even more of a risk to not have the vaccine and potentially either I know that she almost died and the child almost died as well because of the state that she was in trying to give birth, having COVID. So yeah, I think because of those kind of news stories coming out, everyone's a little bit more encouraged to go and have the vaccine, and certainly think themselves it's probably worthwhile doing, because the risk of the vaccine is less than getting COVID and dying. And this is another thing that a guy, I think he was in his 50s, used to do YouTube videos. I mentioned this on another live stream. He was giving everybody an update on the fact that he's not having the vaccine because he doesn't believe in it, he doesn't want it, he wants to maintain his human rights and it's his choice. And he said he did a video on YouTube saying that he now had COVID and he's going to do a report as to how bad it is, because he's just going to let his body deal with it. And unfortunately, he died. So it meant that he uploaded a video saying, oh, I had a really difficult night last night, but I feel a bit better today. I'll do another video tomorrow to let you know how tonight is. And sadly, he died during the night from COVID. So again, we've got that kind of story breaking here in the UK. So I think a lot of people are now deciding that actually it's better just to get vaccinated than to potentially die overnight from COVID, which is sadly what happened to that guy, whose family, of course, is now saying to everyone, please, don't follow what our dad did or what my husband did. Get your vaccines, because he was dead against it and it ended up taking his life. So yeah, very sad reports there. So here in the UK, I think a lot of people are just a lot more open to having the vaccine. So anyway, thank you for that, Patricia. Janet has donated £6.98 as well. Thank you for that, Janet. The messages are coming to USA in the future. Congratulations on strike removal. So thank you for that, Janet. And I would like to, at some point, as you guys know, I would love to go to Florida again, to go to Disney World, because that is certainly another place that I'd like to visit before I'm too old to go on rides. So yeah, I mean, hopefully over the next few years, it would be nice to either just have a holiday in Florida where I can chill out for a couple of weeks or a few weeks, go on a few rides, but also it would be cool to go to the USA to do, like I said, maybe a live analysis or performances, or organise some kind of event where I join in with other artists and bands that I've had contact with over just YouTube in general through the channel. But also I mentioned Daniel Donato, Michael Palmisano, but also maybe get some people along who are a little bit more well known that I have contact with here on YouTube as well. So we will see, but thank you for that, Janet. And Kevin has donated £6.98. Thank you for that, Kevin. And the message is, thanks for what you do. So thank you for that, Kevin. And a lot of donations tonight, so thank you guys for these. Annette has donated £3.49. Thank you for that. And the message is, hello from Oregon, USA. So happy to view any of your vids, and your expertise is epic, with a heart and a thumbs up and a rainbow. So thank you for that, Annette. And the kind words as well. And Deborah's in the house and has donated £13.97. Thank you for that, Deborah. And the message is, hi Phil, the Everly Brothers duo will be missed. I read that the Beatles, Beach Boys, Bee Gees and Simon Garfunkel were all influenced by the acoustic guitar playing and tight harmonies of the duo. Such a loss. So thank you for that, Deborah. And yeah, they certainly did inspire a lot of future generations, not only of singers, but just musicians in general, bands, and playing and singing at the same time, which is something that the Everly Brothers did. I think a lot of people maybe just envisage them or remember them just both standing around a microphone and just harmonizing with each other amazingly, but they did used to play and sing as well. So thank you for that, Deborah. And just jumping in to the super chat window as well, and we've had Carla, who's popped in there as well. Thank you for this, Carla. The message is the donations for $1.99. Thank you for that. This is one of our moderators here, as everybody knows, Carla, who also does the merchandise over at wingsofpegasus.com/merch. If you want to go straight to the merch site, where there's earrings and necklaces and just picks in general, you can get your hands on a Wings of Pegasus pick. But thank you for this, Carla. The message is, likes record is 532. Night Eddie Van Halen passed. So thank you for that. And I think that's just in relation to the likes at the moment being at 441. So we are getting a lot of likes tonight. Thank you guys for that. If you can hit the thumbs up, if you haven't done so far, it would be massively appreciated. We were aiming for 280, so we've gone past that. So thank you everyone for the support during this live stream. And Doc Hoist has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that. And this is slightly been cut off my screen, but it looks like a lemon dancing to some music. That's what it looks like, but I can't see all of it. But thank you for that, Doc. And Jesse has donated $4.99. So thank you for that, Jesse, in the messages. Your integrity and gift to us with your musical knowledge and talent is such an inspiration. So thank you for that, Jesse, for those kind words. And we are going to be jumping into tonight's cover video, and I'm going to have to try and move things along a little bit because we've got some pictures to look at from you guys uploaded to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, and we have the pick roulette for tonight as well, and we're going to be having a pick roulette next week. But make sure you only type I agree at the end of this live stream to get your names on the pick roulette for next week, because that will be happening. But you have to type I agree in the comments section in that live chat room after tonight's pick roulette, which will be coming up in about 10 minutes. So look out for that. And as I said, I'm going to have to move along quickly with this. So thank you for the vote tonight thank you for voting tonight for the poll for the cover video. I'm just going to have a look at that to see where we ended up. And it's currently loading. It looks like it's 71% to Sweet Emotion, so I wait to have that confirmed. But commiserations to Orlando, who wants to have Hero, and there it is. It was 70% in the end for Sweet Emotion, and it says 29% for Hero, making up 99%. And I think there's a lot of point percents afterwards that it doesn't go into, so that's why it's 70 and 29. But thank you for voting on this one, and this features Chris as well when we got together and just did this. And Chris is actually in the live chat room now and again. He does join in, but this is myself and Chris Law performing our version of Sweet Emotion. I hope you guys enjoy it. Rock!
1, 2, 3, 4.
And there we have it. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And a huge thanks to Chris Law for joining me on that in order to just stick that together. A bit of a different version of the song. We stuck that together with the 12 string and the 6 string acoustics. So yeah, a huge thank you to him and for you guys for voting to hear that tonight on the live stream. So that's the cover and that section done. We normally now go into some pictures. I can see it's 5 to 1 here in the morning in the UK. So we usually finish at about 1:15. So we're going to be trying to jam pack everything in before we finish, and we'll jump into the pictures now. So let's get the background up on screen and see who's going to be featured tonight. I know that there have been I think maybe 2 or 3 or 3 or 4. I can't remember how many pictures there are. There might be more than that. So let me jump into the first picture, which is this one from Rene, and thank you for uploading this. We can see that, I mean, it's a nice collection of guitars, but in mini form, and you can see sneaking into the picture on the left hand side is some guy, and not only the Wings of Pegasus roulette pick, the signed pick, but also just a standard Wings of Pegasus pick. And I think Rene did upload another picture, and here it is. There's a little bit more zoomed in so you can see that the Wings of Pegasus signed pick is on the top right of the picture there, and then the normal pick, which you can get at wingsofpegasus.com if you want. You can get that. That's going to be at the wingsofpegasus.com/merch that I mentioned earlier. So thank you for uploading that, Rene, and congratulations on winning the pick, the signed pick, because you can only get your hands on one of those if you win the pick roulette. So Rene did have a lucky evening one evening, but thank you for that. And we also have Susan and Dennis in the house in this picture, so you can see as well the Wings of Pegasus pick in the guitar. So thank you guys for uploading this one, and I think we do have another picture that was uploaded by Susan and Dennis, and it's the Wings of Pegasus pick in a flower. So I don't know a lot about flowers, unfortunately, so I don't know what that is that it's in, but it goes well with the color of the logo. So and I mean, this whole picture, looking at the background, the purple, it all works together very well from an aesthetic perspective. I'm sure that this flower has a name. Maybe it's related to Wings of Pegasus. I do not know. But thank you for uploading that one, Susan and Dennis. And last but by no means least, we have probably our most featured live stream artist picture person. Artist picture person. This is Vince, and I'm sure you guys all recognize Vince. He's a little bit far away, but you can see just from his moves that it is Vince all over doing his dancing. But I think this is probably maybe the first dancing picture we've got from Vince. But let me go over to Facebook and see if I can read out what the message says, because this was in Vince's message, and we know that Vince was getting ready to go on the plane to San Francisco. Then he uploaded another picture of him in San Francisco at the Golden Gate Bridge, I do believe. And now we have this message from Vince, and Vince says, when I was in San Francisco last week, I was hang on, I'm gonna have to move this so I can actually read it. I was a dancing bear in front of the Grateful Dead house at 710 Ashbury Street, wearing a Wings of Pegasus hat and hoodie. So thank you for that, Vince, for uploading the picture and the message as well, but also for linking me to the different pictures that have been uploaded to Facebook and keeping me in the loop there. So much appreciated, and thank you as well to Carla, who also links me to pictures and keeps me up to date with everything going on. So a huge thank you to all of you for uploading your pictures to that Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. And in order to read out Vince's message, I've had to move everything around on my screen. So hopefully we'll come back and you'll be able to see me. Let me remove the picture first. That's worked, so that's a positive. And we should be back on screen now. So anyway, thank you guys for doing all of that. And we might be able to jump now into the pick roulette because we've hit the target tonight for the likes goal. It means that you guys can get your name on next week's pick roulette wheel. So we'll jump into that for this week and then enter your names for next week's pick roulette after this pick roulette. But let's jump into this and I will see you guys in a second. Rock. So hopefully we can get it up on screen, and there it is. It has appeared, so that is all good. And if you haven't seen one of these before, we're going to shuffle the wheel, which didn't work last time, but it will work this time. We're going to do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if this is the first time that you've seen one of these, in order to get your name on the pick roulette wheel to win a signed pick and get that sent over to you, you have to type I agree and tag Carla Murray in the comments section after the pick roulette section of the live stream. So this is why we'll leave a little bit of time at the end of this live stream in order for you guys to do that if you want to have your name on the wheel for next week. But it has been randomized. As you can see, we've got some t-shirts going around. So if we land on one of those, we then have a t-shirt roulette. But a big good luck to everybody. And I didn't pick anybody. I was let's say Jill. I remember seeing Jill's name, so Jill Wright is my top tip for tonight. And I've got a 0% record at choosing the winner before going through the pick roulette. Maybe it will change tonight because I picked it later on. But let's see, I can't see Jill's name anywhere at the moment. It doesn't look like it's coming around. But we have Melinda, Erica. It looks like it might get to Donna. Or Corey, it might be. Oh, it's slowing down. Is it going to get as far? And it is Donna who is the winner tonight of the pick roulette. So congratulations to Donna. And if you can make yourself be known in that. I'm just seeing that Laurie saying, do not pick me, Phil, as your top tip. Because Laurie knows that I always get it wrong. But yes, Jill was doomed indeed there by myself, so apologies for that, Jill. But Donna, if you can let yourself be known in the live chat room, that'd be great, and we can organise everything with Carla in order to get that pick sent off to you, the signed pick. So congratulations to Donna and commiserations to everybody else. But maybe next time you can win and you can get your hands on one of these Wings of Pegasus picks. And it's signed on the back as well. So there it is. That is headed over to Donna as we speak, almost. As long as you can make yourself be known in that live chat room. And you have to be tuned in while we do the pick roulette in order to get all of the information over to Carla to get it sent off. But anyway, thank you everyone for joining in with the pick roulette. And now is going to be a very good time to type I agree. So if you want to get your names on, or your name on, the pick roulette next week and be part of the names on that wheel, then do exactly what I'm about to do here. So I'm going to type @ and this is the @ symbol that you put in emails, and then I type Carla, and then Carla Murray's name should pop up. You click on that. If it doesn't pop up, you can just type in her whole name, but you can put that in there. And then click on it again to type I agree with lots of exclamation marks. I think you'll get the hang of this just by looking at the live chat room. You'll be able to see the names going through and what people are doing. So just make sure that you tag Carla in your comment. And all of these I agrees going through now, that's getting their names on the pick roulette wheel next week. So make sure that if you want to be part of that next week, do that now. You can see all the I agrees going through in order to get your name on there. So thank you guys for getting involved in the pick roulette, and to Carla for organising that all as well. So let me just jump into I think the super chat donation has had another donation in there, and it's Orlando who has donated $5 again. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is much thanks for the commiserations, but if it happens, it happens. If not, oh, ruddy well. So thank you for that, Orlando, using a little bit of real life story language there. But ruddy hell is something that my granddad used to say all the time. Thank you for that, Orlando. But yes, but he'd always say, "Oh hell," and "Oh ruddy hell." He was very well spoken, so yeah, he had a very posh voice. Did my granddad? But yeah, that was something that he had. Whenever he would say something that he was annoyed with, it was funny because he would never swear. I never heard my granddad swear ever in his whole life. He just used to say things like that, like "ruddy hell," and what the bejesus. Maybe not exactly that, but yeah, fantabulous if something was good. Yeah, so yeah, funny words that maybe that's where it kind of got passed down. My granddad used funny words, and yeah, I started using them because, as you will know if you watch this live stream for any length of time, certainly any swear words or cussing, I guess you call it in the USA, not allowed in my house. So yeah, you'll feel the wrath of my mum if she hears anything that's anywhere near swearing. So that's why I started to say ruddy, what the ruddy hell's going on, and because I was allowed to say that, even though she'd still say, "Oh Philip, don't say that," even though I say, well, it's not swearing, so it's fine. Anyway, let's move on, but thank you, Orlando, for that. A little flashback to my granddad. Let's just have a look in the PayPal window because Rebecca has donated £6.98. Thank you for that, Rebecca. And the message is, just wanting to tell you how I enjoy your channel. Haven't caught a live stream in a long time. Rock! ! So thank you for that, Rebecca. And just, I will get into the PayPal window again, but just thinking about my granddad, he was someone who would follow everything that I was doing musically, and sadly, he hasn't been around for the last few years, but he was able to see things when they just started to take off a little bit for me, and people were interacting with me more on YouTube. So he did start to see it a little bit. I'm sure now, if you could see that I was at 185,000 subscribers, he always said, why are you not well known? Why are you not like a really successful musician with all these other people? I think it's a typical family view that because he could see that I was working every day, and I had been since the age of 19 to try and get somewhere, he would say, why do all these other people get an opportunity or a break, or they get the spotlight? And he would always say, and they're not as good as you at what you do. So it's like I said, it's that pretty rose-tinted glasses of family members, but he would always say that. So yeah, I'm sure he's kind of looking down now and kind of smiling the fact that things have started to go in the right direction. And yeah, he would have definitely loved to have seen you guys interacting with me on a live stream rather than me just live streaming to nobody, or maybe just one or two people like I used to do. Yeah, he was always questioning the world as to why his grandson wasn't more well known or wasn't more successful. So yeah, it's great to now be in a position where everything is going really well thanks to all of you guys. So a big thank you to you for getting involved on my channel, for joining me on these live streams as well. But I thought I'd just mention that before jumping back into the PayPal window, because yeah, he just popped into my head. But thank you, Marge, as well, who has donated £1.40. That is much appreciated. And Totora Porco has donated £2 as well. Thank you for that. And the message is, what an amazing cover. If we could have a barbecue get-together, we could sing this by the campfire. So thank you for that, Richard. And yes, we could indeed. And maybe a lot more voices if a lot more people got involved. So thank you for that donation. Thank you for all of the donations tonight, everybody in that super chat window and the PayPal window as well. And I'm just checking, I think we are up to date with everything with the donations on that side of things, and we still have about 7 or 8 minutes. So make sure that you type I agree if you want to get your names on, or your name on that Wings of Pegasus Pick Roulette Wheel next Tuesday. These happen on a Tuesday and a Saturday. We live stream on Saturday nights as well. So if you want to double your chances of winning, make sure that you tune in then. And the Saturday night live stream is exactly the same time as this live stream. It's 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time. So tune in for another live stream then. It's always the same Tuesday and Saturday, and we've been doing that for years. So I will always be live at 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time. Type your time zone into Google if you want to figure out what the time is in London compared to where you are, and then you can work out those time zones in order to join in live, because your comment will only show up in the live chat room if you are watching this live. But if you are watching this on catch up, you can still hit that thumbs up and interact with the video, maybe leave a comment. It really does help this channel to grow and for the live streams to get out there. So thank you guys for that. And I can see that I think Carla's saying only 15 likes needed. Maybe this is for the new record of likes. The new record would be, was it, I'm trying to remember, 534? Is that what Carla mentioned? It probably works out about that right if we're looking for maybe 15 now to get to 535, which would be just a crazy amount of likes. But what we'll do is we'll jump into another video. Let me have a little look over on Patreon to see what has been requested. And maybe just because we haven't had the cover of Hero, I'll play my song called Hero. Maybe that's kind of halfway as good, I don't know, but hopefully this will make Orlando feel a little bit better about the Chad Kroger song not being played on the live stream yet, but maybe we'll get there in the future. So this is going to be my song called Hero, and if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be fantastic. We can have a final spike of the likes before we finish the live stream and maybe get a new record for the live stream in terms of being over 533 or 34, around that kind of space. I can see it's 532. I don't want to put the kiss of death on it, and someone's just done a double click. That's what happens when it goes up and then it goes down. The double click happens and it adds and then takes away. But then you can click again a third time and then it gets added again. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this. This is my song called Hero, and this one goes out to Orlando. Commiserations about not being able to have that cover being played. But also, we will see where that likes ends up. 535, is that a new record? I do not know. Last chance, by the way, to type I agree. Tag Carla in your comment, type I agree to get your name on next week's Pick Roulette Wheel. But I will see you guys after this. And there we have it. That was my song called Hero. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you want to pick up any of my music, you can head over to wingsofpegasus.com/music. That's just the website. Pretty self-explanatory. wingsofpegasus.com. Just type Wings of Pegasus into Google and you will find pretty much everything that you are looking for. So thank you for... well, first of all, requesting that over on Patreon in a way, in terms of the hero cover video. That was just the second prize, unfortunately, for Orlando tonight. So, I know that we have had a donation or two, so let me just get it up on screen. Joan, I think, intended to donate $10, so thank you, Joan, for that. But it was a money request rather than sending of money. So thank you for the sentiment, Joan, for that. But unfortunately, that is a request from me. And I think there's an option when you do go to donate of send or request or something. So anyway, that's what's happened there. But thank you, Joan, for that. And the message was, always enjoy your analysis. So thank you for the kind words there. And just scrolling up because... Brooke has sent me a money request as well. So thank you for this, Brooke. But yeah, this is requesting money from me rather than the sending. As I said, there are two buttons that you can click on when that happens. But thank you anyway. Again, that was $10 that's being requested. But thank you, Brooke, for the sentiment of that as well. And the message is, you rock, with a picture of a guitar. So thank you for that, Brooke. And we are up to date now with everything almost. Chet has donated $1.99, so thank you for that, Chet, in the super chat window. Right, we are going to be calling things to a close now, and amazingly, we have a new likes record for this, not only this live stream, obviously, but for the whole channel. So, things have really moved on with this Tuesday night live stream. So thank you guys for making this a record-breaking live stream tonight and getting the likes up to 557. We were aiming for 280, and I'm trying to do some maths whether that is double the pick roulette's like goal. It might be double, I'm not sure, or 280 times 2 is 480, 560. So we're one like off doubling our pick roulette likes goal. So I don't know if one person, and there it was, one person just hit that extra like. So now we have exactly double what we're aiming for, which is insane. Just amazing. So thank you guys so much for all of your support, especially over the last 4 days, for getting involved and messaging Studio Hamburg and helping me to sort out the situation so quickly. I mean, it was relatively quickly from Thursday, and here we are on Tuesday the next week, and things are back to normal, and YouTube is fine again. No copyright strike. It's just all back to normal workings really on my site now. So thank you guys so much for making it back to normal on the channel, and I'll be doing another analysis video tomorrow night, so look out for that one. There's going to be another video on Friday night as well, and Saturday night live stream, so make sure you check that out and join me on Saturday night, because there'll be another pick roulette to see who's going to win the Wings of Pegasus signed pick. But thank you guys for all of your support, like I said, and stay as safe as possible. I hope we have a fantastic rest of the week. Get your vaccines if you can, and follow your government's guidelines, whatever they're suggesting you do in order to stay safe. And I'll see you guys at tomorrow night's analysis video, and if I don't see you at the analysis videos, I'll see you at the live stream again on Saturday night. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Final look into that chat room. We've got Susie Q and John and the Chancellor in there as well, Bill and Charlie and Tom as well. So thank you guys for sticking with me, Kevin and Beverly, all of you guys in there, and the FTM22 and Carla, Lisa, Billy, and everyone going through their cranky catalogue or something. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to be leaving now, but like I said, I'll see you at the video tomorrow night. I'll see you at the video on Friday, and I'll see you hopefully live again if you can make it, because I'll be there on Saturday night. So I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock!